If you have made to the video 4 in the series, welcome back. And if you're just joining now, please stop. I mean to say, stop to first like, subscribe, and save the playlist. I am releasing 2 deep dive videos every weekend. And this series is built to stack one insight on top of the other. And while you are at it, please click on the bell notification as well so that you get notified the moment next one drops, right? It's easy to miss the noise otherwise. Now, let's talk about one of the most quietly destructive and most painful familiar IT challenge. You want to guess what? Okay, it's the poor requirements. I am not talking about missing a user story or even forgetting a field here and there. I am talking about the entire project heading in the wrong direction because what's documented looks polished, but what's delivered doesn't match the real people work. Let me take you inside a real client story. This goes back a couple of years ago with a major healthcare system outside of Canada. We were brought in to help this basically rescue a multi-region clinical intake platform rollout. The system was weeks from the launch. Millions were already spent and the training had begun. But the actual end user, the frontline clinicians, when they started testing the interface, things fell apart. The workflow was backward. The mandatory fields were interrupting the patient flow. The navigation was too rigid for the real-time triage. It met the documented requirements, I would say, but it failed in the real world. Stakeholder confidence, it dropped overnight. The vendor blamed the client, the business blamed the IT, and no one wanted to admit that the problem wasn't in the code. It was in the input, right? Okay, well, that's when we stepped in. I ran a focused on-site review sprints with actual users, the nurses, registrars, and even the client floor leads. We stopped assuming and started observing. We mapped the real workflows, captured what wasn't documented, and challenged every flow for the usability. The system didn't need a tweak. It needed rethinking, and that rethinking took time. Over the next few months, we worked shoulder to shoulder with developers, analysts, the clinical SMEs to reframe the user journey and rebuild the core screens based on how people actually worked, not how it looked in the diagrams, right? Okay, by the time we re-entered into the pilot, the difference was undeniable. Adoption climbed, error reports dropped, and the floor staffs who had almost written the system off, they were finally engaged. Not because we made the product shiner, but because it finally made sense. That's what happens when you rescue a project by fixing the root. Broken requirements, I mean. So let me walk you through how I prevented this from happening or recover faster when it does happens. First, I treat requirements as a living discovery loop, not a checklist. If I haven't seen the workflow in action, I don't sign off, period. Second, I ask decision-based questions, not the feature-based ones. What decisions are we making here? What are you afraid of getting wrong? What triggers the next action? That's where the clarity starts. Third, I use confidence score. If a requirement gets anything below a 4 out of 5 from a business, it's not ready. Fourth, I run scenario-based validation. If the user can't walk me through how they're going to use it, we are not building it yet. Fifth, I involve testers early to pressure test the logic. Their questions surface the blind spots. Their mindset catches the failure paths before the users do. And this isn't about just preventing the rework. It's about building that trust. Because when you and your solution matches how people think and work, your project becomes something that they embrace, not tolerate, right? Now, I want to hear from you. Have you ever had to rescue a project because of the poor requirements or even if the requirements were off? What caused it? And how did you bring it back? Please drop your stories in the comment. Someone else probably be facing the exact same thing and could use your insight. And if this really helped you reframe how you approach requirements, save this playlist. Please like the video and subscribe. And yes, click the bell so that you don't miss the next one coming. I am releasing 2 each weekend, and the next I'm going to tackle unrealistic timelines and how to challenge them without causing chaos. I am Jesse Singh. I am a ProSci certified practitioner. I am a PMI certified PMP, and I bring agility through certificates like PMI's ACP, DASSM, and IC Agile ACC and ATF. I have led tough projects, rescued failing ones, and coached real teams under pressure. I am here to help you do the same. This isn't theory. This is the edge you have been looking for. So stay tuned and keep watching. Bye for now.